Recently, I had a conversation with my friend, and she was telling me how this new mom phase was for her. She became a new mom again, second time, and she was sharing how the baby had blocked nose and how she was overwhelmed. She was not able to sleep, the whole mommy thing. And I reflected and I was like, I can't relate to what you're saying again. Not because I'm not a mom, but because it's been a while that I've had that experience. So when she's saying she cannot sleep, I can't really relate. If it's a new mom versus another new mom sharing their experiences, they will be able to flow so well. But she was sharing this experience and I couldn't relate so well. There is a tendency to downplay the experiences of others because we cannot relate with what they are sharing with us. Either we've been through it before, it's been a while, or because we've never experienced it before. There's a tendency to downplay the experiences of others, and I'll be sharing on lessons I've learned from that simple conversation with my friends. Hello there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tolu Akinyemi. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Here, I share experiences, I share life lessons that can help women rise above limiting beliefs and challenges and circumstances and encourage them to be everything that God has created and designed them to be. And that is a whole woman. If you're returning here, you've listened to me before, thank you so much for stopping by again. Today, I'm going to be sharing on an experience or lessons I learned from an experience with my friend when we're just talking, and she told me about this whole new mom experience and how it was for her. And as I was talking to her, I said, as we're having this conversation, a whole message is coming out of this because I realized that I can't relate to what you're saying. Have you ever had a conversation with someone before and maybe you were sharing your deep heart burdens with the person? The person just said, oh, shut up, we've gone through it before. You'll be fine, you'll be all right. How did that make you feel? Probably unheard, dismissed, or maybe even made a silent vow in your heart that I will never have a conversation with this person again. Or, that wall, that invisible wall of partition just comes between you and that person because of how the person dismissed what you were trying to share with the person. So from that experience with my friend, of course, I give her a listening ear, even if I couldn't relate to what she was saying, because my experience of being a new mom, it's been a while. These are few lessons I learned from that experience. And one is, we all go through different life seasons. Whatever season you are, there's never an excuse to downplay its impact. There's never an excuse to downplay the impact of somebody's experiences. Let me put it in proper context for you. Say, for instance, I've been a stay-at-home mom before. I have been a woman who was working before, being in paid employment. I have started a new business. I've been a mom at different points. I've had different life experiences. And the same for you if you sit down. Probably you're a newbie in an industry, or, you just transitioned to another state. There's just been, different seasons of life that you've gone through and passed through as a person. Now, take for instance, a young lady who is probably single, sharing her experience with you about how she's so burdened, who is she going to get married to, and she's sharing these deep concerns in her heart. But because you have probably had that experience a long time ago, like, you'll be fine. Why are you stressing yourself? Why are you doing this? And you just downplay the impact of what she's going through. You just downplay it. It's a very bad thing to do. Don't be that person who leaves a foul taste in somebody's mouth because they're sharing an experience with you. Or don't be that person who makes people cry out to God, like, God, can you see what's going on? Don't be that person who, just leave a foul taste in people's mouth. No, don't be that person. We all go through different life seasons. And the fact that you cannot relate to what this person is saying is never an excuse for you to downplay its impact. Sometimes it will be people who have even gone through that same experience before that end up acting that way. So that's lesson one. We go through different life seasons. Don't downplay its impact on people. If you cannot relate, it's absolutely fine. Listen, there's no need to be dismissive about how you are talking to people or relating to them. So that's the first lesson. And the second lesson is that as you go through different life seasons, be mindful of who you are becoming. Be mindful of who you are becoming. Take, for instance, someone who's been married before, going through a divorce, for some reason has become so bitter, and the young married ladies who are working under you are now in trouble for things that they had no impact, they had no influence on, or they had no business with, or just because you've become so hardened or bitter. I'm not in any way indicting someone who is divorced. I'm just citing an example for proper context. I've shared about being a new mom and the other person who has probably gone through that experience before, but there's a tendency to just be like, you'll be fine, you'll be all right, and dismiss it. That's the thing I'm talking about. Don't be that person. Someone who has gone to boarding house before and you were bullied, you've now become a bully to other people. Be mindful of who you are becoming, because as we go through life experiences, especially the tough ones, you are becoming somebody. Is it that good or bad? You are becoming something, but be mindful of who you are becoming, so you don't become that terrible person who just becomes so obnoxious because of the experiences that you have had. As you go through life experiences, go through it with gratitude. Really hope that this season, this thing I'm going through is not a lasting situation. It will definitely pass. This too shall pass. So as you are going through it, be mindful of who you are becoming. Be mindful of who you are becoming. Be mindful of your experiences. Be mindful of how it is shaping you. How it is shaping you. Another example is probably this person is divorced. You're calling somebody who is not, or who is married, lazy because she has decided that, her husband should take up certain responsibility for her. Now, because this lady is divorced or single, she has to take up that same responsibility by herself, and you call this other one lazy. This person is married. Her husband also would put up, deflect some responsibility to her as well. She's married. Why should she live like a single person? What's the reason for calling her lazy? Be mindful of who you are becoming. Think about it, your different life experience, different situations, and how you respond to people and how people respond to you. I'm sure you'll see what I'm saying. It might not just be in context of marriage. It might be in context of being a business owner. It might be in the context of anything whatsoever. Anything whatsoever. And then the last lesson is learn from people who are just few steps ahead of you. I mean, you can learn from anybody, but people who are just a few steps ahead of you can remember everything that they did, because the experience is still fresh. Like I said, I'm a mom, but it's the core experience of being a new mom. I can't really relate to it at this phase, at this point in my life. Maybe when I become a new mom again, of course, I then go through it and then I can relate. If two new moms are talking, they connect on a different level. Unlike someone who has been a mom, for quite some time, who has never been a mom before, the connection is different. So when you learn, if it's business lessons, learn from people who are just a few steps ahead of you. You can learn from others too, but someone who has been successful in business for over 20 years and someone who is successful in business for like 3 years, there's so many things this person cannot remember. And there are lots of things you can pick up from this person that would help you. So learn from people who are just a few steps ahead of you. I hope that with the few things I've shared today, you've picked one or two lessons, and one of which is to be thankful. Go through different seasons with a heart of gratitude, knowing that this phase too would pass, especially if it's a difficult season that you're going through. And then be mindful of who you are becoming. Ultimately, treat people nice. Don't downplay people's experiences because you cannot relate to it. I hope that this helps you. Till I see you again next time. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe.